I love downtown Mount Pleasant over there. Rogers Dairy Freeze is pretty good over here. This cool mural on the side of Memorial Hall. Love these old small town restaurants and the signs they have. They always look cool. Downtown Mount Pleasant is one of the prettier downtowns I know of. Built in 1889. August Lundberg had this built. He was a dentist upstairs. Downstairs was a billiard hall. The Sundance Kid is reported to have killed the marshal here as he was being arrested. (1888), August Lundberg built this one. It was Consolidated Wagon Company. They had two big doors here to get wagons in and out. This one was built in 1899. As you can tell at the top, it was the Palace Pharmacy. It was a dentist, a barber shop, a hardware store, a lot of other things. Looks like it's violins now. $18.99. This was the dentist building upstairs and a grocery store downstairs. In 1918, it became the telephone building. I like that cool cafe sign. Built in 1899, this was the North Sanpete Bank. And then in 1933, the Fairview Bank. And right here we have the center of Utah. Pretty cool. 1937, this was built as the office for the telephone company. Built in 1895. Here we have the Wasatch Block and the grocery store building. Had a barber shop and other things in here. Built in 1892. This was the Progress Building, the Progress Mercantile, the Equitable Co-op. Because of weakening from a fire, they dropped it from a 2-story to a 1-story building in 1951. (1898) was the Meat and Produce Building. Later it became a printing place for the Mount Pleasant Pyramid. The confectionery was 1898. The Seeley Hinckley Building was known as the Old Peel Corner. It had an old fire station in the back, a garage that would hold 88 cars, car showroom, stores. This was built in 1925 as the Bowman gas station. Later became a doctor's office. In 1893, this was built as Erickson Meat and Grocery. Really cool looking building. There's still an old Erickson Meat ad on the brick over here. Got this cool Erickson meat and grocery ad up there too. Partially blocked, but still looks really cool. After the Fairview Bank took over that 1899 built building in 1933, they moved across the street over here in 1938. 5 years later, had this built for themselves. It was several banks after that, and then the school district office. The M.E. Nelson building was built in 1937. It was an auto showroom and garage, and later a grocery store. Mount Pleasant City Hall was built in 1939, one of the many WPA projects in Utah. The Work Projects Association put together, I think it was a little over 700 construction projects to keep workers working. The American Cleaners building was built in 1947. It replaced an earlier building that had also cleaners in it. The Mount Pleasant Commercial and Savings Bank, you can see up there, it was built in 1901. 31 years it was a bank until 1932, when Dr. Holman took it over as his practice. Also built in 1901, same time as the bank, was the co-op building, Sanpete County Co-op. 1929, the Aldriches took it over as a general merchandise store, kept the same name, and it stayed in their family until 1978. Built in 1888, one of the older buildings here in Mount Pleasant, Maine. The Gentile store. It was one of the most respected financial institutions by 1898. It was also a general store, an auto parts store, and many other things.